Welcome back to Cars and Farms. Today we are back with a new project. Just what I needed, I know. New project. But as you can see, there's a boat here. A small boat. Probably way too small for me because your boy's 260. And this is a 12 foot by 40 something inch jonboat. But let me show you around and let me tell you what we're doing while we're doing it. And yeah, there's going to be a boat trip, that's for sure. This beautiful 12 foot fiberglass boat. It's a Weldon from what I can see on the tag back there that you can't really read. It's like a mini Carolina Skiff almost. Got a little tri-hole nose here. And can you believe I got this puppy? You know, all the fiberglass holes and all that and the missing whatever that is, live well. I got this puppy for free. And there's a good reason I got this for free, because these pictures here. So as you can see, she's a pretty dirty girl when I got her, but we got her cleaned up and set it on the trailer, ready for the project. As you can see, if you're going to get a free boat, it's going to be disgusting. And you're going to have to put a little elbow grease into it, but hey, I think it looks pretty good. Now, let me go ahead and run you through the game plan of what I think I'm going to do to this boat to try to make it micro skiff-ish and less John boat-ish. With the main whole thing with this making it a micro skiff and not a John boat, as you can see, is I'm actually going to cut these seats out. That one, this one, and we're going to cut them way low about there. And then we're going to flat deck the whole bottom of this boat with plywood, 2x4s, lots of screws, I'm sure, because more screws, more better. But I think it shouldn't just fold in half. But who knows? We'll see when we get there. This right here is probably full of foam, and it's mostly the structure of the whole boat is that one and that one. But we'll try to make something that goes around it. I'm thinking maybe wood on the edges, flat floor, 2x4s, enough screws. I think it'll hold together. Address this transom here because she's got some rot and this is caved in a little bit. But we'll get there. The boat's real nice. The trailer is just as nice. And by that, I mean it's pretty bad. Let me show you around that, and then I'll show you what motor's going on this bad boy, and maybe start cutting wood today. We'll see. The trailer looks real nice from up front. Besides, it doesn't have, you know, a bow catch. But besides that, new, and I paid 250-ish bucks for this trailer. Looks pretty good. Got tires. That's a plus. You're gonna need those. It's got bunks under there. I don't think it's a bad trailer, really. The only thing that's concerning is how they hung the lights. Yeah, looks like something I would do. That's plywood. And the tag's gonna be, I think, touching the ground if I was to hang it there. So those are gonna have to be redone. But the bunks are in good shape, even though they're way back here. And they only go to about right there on the boat. So we'll worry about that later. So the boat was free. The trailer cost me 250 bucks-ish. And the piece de resistance here, let me show you. Oh yeah, 25 horse Yamaha tiller with all working controls, because I got this motor for free for cleaning out a shed with my dad, but the throttle cable was broke, so I took it to a friend of ours and he replaced that. So probably got about 200-ish bucks into getting that thing running real nice, and it fired right up and runs, so we'll see. But it should push this tiny boat much quicker than it probably should go. Because I used to work at a fiberglass shop. So fiberglass to me is kind of secondhand, but does that mean I'm good at fiberglass? Not really. Does it mean this whole thing's going to be fiberglass? No, not really. What it is going to be is a lot of wood, because wood's cheap, easy. It will rot out. I know. So it's not a boat that's supposed to last my whole lifetime. It's a boat that should last a few summers, and then probably push it on to the next guy on the marketplace, because it's really too small, but it might be perfect. Who knows? Kind of going to be a solo skiff kind of deal, so we'll see. But let me get to figuring out how I'm going to cut these seats out and start working on some woodwork and who knows what else. Also, I did something. 2x4, pressure treated. Should go right about there. I'm thinking about like that. I'm going to run a marker, shoop, right across there, and then cut all these seats all the way down to that. And then I'll bolt these to this fiberglass. That'll reinforce it. I'll box it in, make the floors come back here, up there, blah, blah, blah. You'll see. But yeah, this is a pressure treated 2x4. because I don't want it to rot out in one summer. I want it to rot out in about 3 summers. So yeah, so now I got to cut 1, 2, 3, 4 more, maybe 5 for the front. That's probably gonna be custom, and probably one back here, so that's 6. But yeah, here comes the cutting of the fiberglass and lots of itchiness. So I got a few options here. I got a wood blade, which probably not gonna love this fiberglass, and then I got this diamond blade, which is meant for grout, but we'll see if it'll cut fiberglass, and if all that fails, we'll move on to something a little more powerful. But let's try these two first and see how it goes. Alright, this is the wood blade. That works pretty good. Let's try the diamond. Alright, now we're going to try the diamond on it. It's a little thicker. Definitely cuts a lot bigger of a groove, but I think I like the wood blade a little bit better. The blade here is a little thinner on the teeth compared to the big hunky diamond blade one, so I'm going to try to cut this whole seat out with this, and we'll go from there. Over here I'm going to try to leave a little bit of this ridge just for stability of this wall, but I don't know if it's going to help or not, but I think it should. So we got her cut, so let's see. It should come off. Oh yeah. Don't leave this. We're going. I cut. I think this 2x4 butt it up to here, and I did pretty good. Got a little low there, a little high here, but hey, close enough for this cheap ass jonboat build. Start working on the back. Probably cut some more of these wood stringers out and go from there. But don't mind me profusely sweating. It's overcast out here and about to rain, but it's still summer in Florida, so it's 89 degrees in the shade and 100% humidity, about to be 1,000% humidity with this rain coming. So I'm going to sweat and keep cutting on this and try to get it at least demolished today, kind of getting into the steps of putting floor in it. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I wasn't expecting that to be full of water, but it makes sense. Well, now that I'm good and covered in fiberglass up my arms and be itching for the next 3 days, let's pop this off and see how they built it back in the day. Back in, I'm guessing this thing was mid-70s, maybe 80s, but I don't know. Let's pop this open and see what we got. So I'm hoping this just pops off like the other one did, but I don't think so. Oh, got 2-ply. That's gonna be a problem. All right, more cutting. Well, that's all cut through. Come on, baby. All right, more cutting. Hey, there we go. That is a lot of foam. Just kind of stuck in the foam there. And this, as you can see here, is mostly wood. Yeah, that's wood. Sandwiched between fiberglass, so not too bad. Let's get rid of this. Oh, hopefully that didn't break nothing. Oh, this is yeah, that's foam. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it into sections and try to knock it out piece by piece. But I figured there was foam under here. I didn't know they were going to foam fill it that much. But yeah, I guess I'll get to chiseling, hammering, doing some more that. We'll see. Hammer technique looks like it's going pretty good. This stuff's really waterlogged back there, so it's coming out pretty easy, but what a mess I'm gonna have picking up after I get this big chunk out. So let me get back to it, knock all this out, clean it all up, then maybe we'll start floors. That'll be a lot funner than this. Alright, tip of the day. When you're doing this, don't use a hammer. Go to your garden shed and get your shovel, shovel it out. Seems to be the best way to do it. So for you future jonboat builders, grab the shovel. Well, as you can see, I got most of the foam out. And definitely, if you're going to do this foam removal, head to the garden shed, not the tool shed, because shovels, rakes, whatever you can find that can chisel that stuff out, the better. But gave it a quick wash down. Don't look too bad now, does it? Besides all the floating foam, but that'll, yeah, one day go that way. But alright, well, I guess the next step here, start making more of these stringers. That's kind of the whole base of my boat here. So I'm going to take this one, use it as a copy, head in there and start cutting them. Alright, got some of these stringers to make. I'm just going to go along here and mark this one onto this board. We'll get it cut out. I know what you're thinking. Why isn't he using the table saw? I am using the table saw as a table. Less of a saw. For that, got the old trusty DeWalt here. So these lines here are just kind of a suggestion. So for me, that's close enough. I'll rotate this around so I can get to it. Looks pretty good. Flip it to the other side. Circular blade, square bore. Pretty close. Now we gotta flip it the other way. Oh, that's the roof. This other end cut. Flip it back around. Alright. Perfect cut. Kinda. And we'll do the other side a little bit funner without cutting through my table saw. That out of the way. I only got to make like 6 of these. Actually 4, and then a custom front and a custom back. This isn't the best way to do this, but it ain't the worst. I've seen worse. Don't grab the board down here like I'm doing, but it works when you gotta make it work. The other side. Cut it to the line. Put it here. Get it to the line, get it close. Knock it off. This also works as a hammer when you don't feel like going to get a hammer. Trim that up a bit. Knock that out of there. And that should fit like a glove. Let's go test it. Let's see. Oh, ain't pretty good. I have to even it up because I didn't cut it quite long enough, but not bad for not measuring. So I got to make one here, there, and there, and then start tying it all together. One across the front, one across the back. So I'll be back when I get all this cut. All right, well, we got all the stringers in now. Even cut a hole there for the drain plug. See, thinking ahead, thinking ahead. But little board up here, this comes way up, so not exactly sure anything about that really until I put the boards in. So I'm going to probably run a board here, down the middle, and over there for this floor. and try to tie it all into this bulkhead here, because behind that's probably more foam. So I'm just going to screw into that. I'm going to screw all these into here, all the way down, run about 4 boards here, 4 boards back there, and then eventually deck the whole thing in plywood. Thick plywood too, because I got it for free. So it might weigh a little bit more, but the cost, cheap, just like this boat. Whole build's kind of on a budget because I'm poor. So hopefully you like and share this video so I'm not so poor for the next build. I think it's coming out pretty good. So let me get to cutting more boards. I'm actually going to have to use a tape measure for this one. And yeah, I'll let you know when I get the boards going the other way. Stringers, more stringers, I don't know. Get the measure. Well, not too bad for a few hours worth of work. Ran out of 2x4s up there, so we'll get to that. That'll be a tomorrow thing. Well, not too bad for a few hours work. Kind of see where I'm going with this now. Flat, all the way to the front. Well, flat and probably up a little because I'm not very good at math up there. But I will come back, screw all this together. Probably use some deck screws, even though probably should use stainless or something like that, but probably not going to last that long anyhow. So I will start running some more 2x4s in between here and in here, just to probably box this in like I did this, tie it all together. That, probably going to run one here and maybe flat boards across or something, because this is where you're going to do most of your standing to catch the big ones out there, wherever they are. Probably put a trolling motor here, 20 horse there. Yeah, something like that. So the idea of the whole thing, let me stand back a little bit. I'm killing myself here on all this junk. But trolling motor, long extension pole, standing, hoop for a grab bar, and then cooler in front, and maybe a seat on the cooler, or maybe even a swivel seat up here. Trolling motor, call it a day. Maybe paint this thing so it's not so ugly. Definitely paint inside to kind of waterproof everything. And thick plywood, deck it all. I might sink the cooler down into the floor so it's more flat, because it's such a small boat. You kind of want all the weight on the very bottom of the boat so it's a little more stable. But we'll see. So I'm plenty soaked for today. Shirt soaked, boat soaked, covered in foam, covered in who knows what else. Hopefully that's not like some kind of toxic asbestos or something. But we'll pick up tomorrow. So when you see me, new shirt like this. Like that, we're back. Fresh day, fresh shirt, same old boat. Let's get to it. So on today's agenda for the boat, I got some more wood over there. Got a cooler, aka my seat. And gonna go ahead and make sure I can fit my fuel tank here, so the floor will come up to about there. So trying to keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to cut out some here to fit that cooler. I want it kind of towards the nose, because I figure I'm gonna be standing about this area, running the tiller here. Probably be standing here. Cooler's gonna have to kind of go up there, so probably have to cut some more of that fiberglass, and let's see. We'll see. So this is why I didn't screw anything together the last time I did this, because I have no idea where anything's going. Thinking this is about where I'm going to want to place it. I want enough room up front to be able to stand and cast off the front, but then I want enough room back here to be able to stand and actually run the tiller, and also have a little bit of storage back here. So I don't know. Maybe I slide it back a little bit more, maybe like that. Kind of right behind this board here. That way we don't mess up the strength of that connecting each side. I know this is going to be a little weak, but I still got to run a piece of wood there. But I think that's about where I want it. Fuel tank's about where I want it. So we'll spread these out and then cut that. And let me go ahead and get this notched and sat down in there. And let's see what we got. I got the fiberglass cut out. I'll take this to the saw. Cut this in pieces. Right there, right there. Then we'll test fit this cooler. Getting ready to cut this board here, I realized, this ain't the best plan. I got a better idea. So we're actually going to run these boards all the way to here, all the way up to this front board. That way we don't even have to worry about structure in the middle of the boat. Because I was going to tie it in with some short boards, but I think it'll be a better idea if I just go ahead and run these all the way to here and screw them in. That'll kind of tie it all together. So let me get to it. Show you when I'm done. Looks a little better. So pretty much the same out here, but added a board here. I had to spread it open just a little bit, but now we got a full length runner here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start. I was gonna screw this together back here. Maybe add 3 boards in between this, and then start screwing this together because we're getting there. And then the front, yeah, we're gonna have to guess on the front. Look at the elevation changes. So this is on the floor. So it goes up there, down there, up there. So yeah, that's gonna have to be just figured out as we go. We get back to sweating and screwing, and we'll get this thing done. Hopefully today, at least the floor. That's what I'm hoping for. Well, this may be stupid, I'm not sure. Thinking about running the boards this way, so I don't have to get down into that foam anymore. Because I'm kind of tired of that foam already. And I got some really heavy plywood that's going to tie all this stuff together. So I don't see why this is any better or worse than the other way, besides that one not fitting too well. But I got some good architectural screws, or whatever they're called. They're the big lag screws. You'll see them. I'll probably run in here just to brace it all up. But it's all getting sheeted with plywood anyhow. So I think we'll be all right. Floor in, screwed together kind of all over. Yeah, I think that'll work. Hot as crap out here, I'll tell you that. I'm sweating through my glasses, and if you got glasses, you know what I mean. Looks like I'm looking through a waterfall half the time, but get some of this sweat wiped up. It is Florida in the middle of July, so it's hot. It's always hot. And yeah, can't see nothing out of those. So we don't need those no more. I guess now we're going to start trying to attach the wood structure with long screws to the other wood structure and to the fiberglass. That'll kind of hold the whole floor into the boat. So let me get the longer screws out and get to screwing again. So these are the screws I'm going to use. Construction lag screws. They've worked great. I've used them on a lot of fences. So we're going to get to screwing. I mean, these are good enough for a fence. Good enough for this old crappy boat. Well, got it all screwed off. It is hot. I mean, so hot, I went and changed my shirt again. But we got it screwed off here. I think that should hold it. I mean, those are pretty good screws. So now we're going to start working on the front and see how semi-level we can make that, because it damn sure won't be level. I'll get the cooler back in the spot and we'll go from there. I've been thinking, instead of running a board down the middle, I'm going to do what I did back there and kind of run all the boards across like this to keep them up off this ridge here and that ridge over there. And I'll maybe put 1, 2, 3, get 3 in there level so I know this is nice and flat, at least semi-flat. And then I'll put a board up underneath it and trim it to that curve so it has you know, support from underneath. But I think that's going to be the best bet. Best way to get a nice flat deck up here and support in the middle without trying to crisscross it or do anything too crazy. So let me get over there, back in the shed where it's hot, and get to cutting some wood. Yeah, I think we only need 3 boards. 4 is going to be a little overkill. Trying to balance out the weight of the boat versus the structure I need. And heck, probably 2 would be enough, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I end up going with. Alright, the front deck is in. I didn't like these little screws right here for the sides, so I went ahead and put some of the big screws in it. I'm going to finish off putting the big screws in the rest here to tie it all together. And then we should be able to go buy some plywood and deck the whole thing. So let me get this done and get the tank and the cooler back in, and let's see how it looks. So this is how she's looking. The front done, added a few more lags up front to hold this cooler. You guys know how heavy those Yeti coolers are full of ice. But yeah, I think she's coming along nice. I'm gonna head to the store now, pick up some sheets of plywood, and maybe get this thing plywooded out. We're back again, 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Just had some dinner, got some plywood over here. I'm gonna get to decking this boat, or at least trying to. Might come out a little ugly, but I just gotta stand on it. I don't care how bad it looks, but we'll do our best. So let's get to decking it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull some measurements here. I'm trying to see what it is. Let's see how square this boat actually is. Go from that side to here. We'll go 42 1/4. It's actually a little under. Let's see up here. Well, not bad, 42 1/4, roundabout. I was expecting it to be way worse because in the front, these seats that were here were not square at all. So let's go up a little farther. Yeah, I'm thinking if we cut everything at 42, that'll leave me just a little bit of a gap. Well, that's not bad. I'm gonna make this one big section, this back part, and then I'm probably gonna run 2 small pieces besides the cooler, and then 1 deck up front. Just to kind of make it easy if I ever have to take it back apart. I want to do it in separate panels here. So 42 by, what's that, 47, not bad. Check the other side, make sure I got it square here. Yeah, close enough. Might have to do a little trimming, but 42 by 47, let's get to cutting. Well, I got it marked out. I got it marked out here with the chalk line. This is the piece we want. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this edge to here and then make the long cut that way. Let's try not to cut the boat when we do this. Well, this actually fits. Good about there. So I need to trim a little off this back edge because it's hitting the cooler here. Got plenty of room here. Flip it over just to make sure. I'll give you a better view of it. Actually fits pretty good there. I might notch these right here. Go ahead and notch all 4 of those. It might actually lay down in there pretty good. We'll see. I think that's such a bad job. It doesn't look like a beaver attacked the cuts here, so yeah, looks pretty good. Bad part is now I gotta pop it back out, and this thing is a tight fit. But pop it back out and mark out for the gas tank, get that set, or I could take that route, that little, you know, vibrator cutter there, just start plunge cutting all over this place and make it look like a mess. But I'll probably pull it out and actually do it correctly. Or not. I don't know. It's getting kind of dark. It's still hot. Got the shop lights on now. So maybe I will plunge cut it. We'll see. The hole cut out. It don't look too bad. Might be a little askew, but no one's gonna see it. Just gonna hold the fuel tank right over there. I already test fit it. It does fit. So that's always a good sign. Got it screwed down in a couple places. I don't want to screw it down too good, just because if I ever have to remove it or something, I don't want to have to like pull a screw out every 12 inches or something. So the back is done. I'm gonna start working on the sides here, and then possibly try to get the front done. Probably won't film any of that. Gonna do the same thing. Measure, cut, 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 measure again, cut, cut. Eventually it'll fit, run some screws in it, and hopefully we'll have a floor in this by tonight. But it's getting dark, so let me get back to it. So we're back. I did overpromise, under-deliver. I managed to get these two sides in the other night, so that came out good. Hey, I did something. But I can get the cooler in and out still. It's a little tight, but that's how I wanted it. Gonna start working on the front floor here. That's gonna be a whole different thing. Probably gonna do a template out of cardboard out here, and then trace it onto the plywood. That way I can actually get it right. And I'm not guessing at it, because I do like to guess at stuff, but this is something I would like to look halfway decent. I don't know why, because I'll probably get rid of it as soon as I get it built. But we'll start working on it, see how it comes out. Let's get to it. So let's go ahead and get the first measurement here for the cardboard. Looks like 41.5 by, let's say, 31. So let's get that cut out of cardboard. Alright, let's see how she fits. This end should fit pretty close. That looks good. Then we have to taper kind of up the sides here. Try to make it fit a little better. As you can see, she no fit. So we're just going to keep taking some off the corners, try to round it off on each side, and get it where it lays in there nice and flat, and we'll go from there. So let me get to trimming. So not a bad fit. Got a little crooked there, but that don't matter. I put some relief holes in the corners just to make it easy, and maybe water will drain down in there. That hole I was using just to pick it up and down, so that hole won't be there, but looks pretty good to me. The other one will probably actually have a bigger gap here, because there's really nothing. That board's set way back there, so I really don't have to be perfect to the edge, but that will save you from losing fishing hooks and string and all kinds of stuff down in it if it's a little tighter. So, but yeah, I think that'll work. So now let's transfer this onto that and get it cut out. Well, good thing I'm a beekeeper and not a cabinet maker, I'll tell you that. This should be semi-close. I'm touching in a few spots, let me show you. So it fits pretty good here, all the way across there. Might be a little tight through here. That line was not the line I was supposed to follow. even though it looks like it. That was another line. It might be a little tight here. Probably have to take just an eighth off the front, maybe a quarter. Well, I say she fits pretty good. Got a little gap here across the front, looks good. That side looks real good. So, hey, 3 out of 4 sides, not that bad. I did have to drill holes there and there because we put a big old lag through there to connect this floor to the front there. So, yeah, but somehow I managed to hit it kind of perfect on both of them with my help of this old tape measure. That's a good thing. But yep, ready to tack it down. Gonna run some wood screws, some deck screws in it, hold all this down, and then we gotta run to the store and get a drink and some paint. I think I'm gonna do some epoxy paint on it, maybe some outdoor paint, latex, I'm not sure. I've done both. The epoxy seems to, you know, stay a little better, last a little longer, but this is just a fun little skiff build. There's nothing, this ain't a $30,000 boat or a brand new John boat I put a floor in. This is a free boat with pretty much free supplies. Probably gonna end up with maybe $500-600 in the whole thing, so I'm not gonna get too carried away on the paint. I don't want to spend $100 on a gallon of paint. So we're just gonna probably go get some latex outdoor paint. I would paint it with black fence paint, but that'd be a little hot on the feet. So probably go get some white paint, paint it. Maybe an accent color, do this speckled splash like they did back in the day on this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whatever looks cleaner. Probably just hit it with a coat of white today, but we'll be back. Alright, just got back from the store. Picked up some paint to paint this bad girl. Got some, I don't know if you can see it. Wait a minute. Oh, there's some, like, pool paint. Yeah, it's acrylic paint. We'll see how she lasts. I don't know. I'm going to give her a try, though. At least it's blue. That's a, you know, big factor. About $50 for that can. But I got all the paint supplies. Going to mix this up real quick. Brush the dirt off this boat. And then we're going to paint it. And see what it looks like. See how bad I can do. I'm no Picasso, that's for sure. Oh, also, I only got about an hour of light left, so going to try to make it quick. Let's set the camera up and get to shooting. Just shove it all into that hole for now. It's a future me problem. Well, I think we're going to end the video there. Got the boat painted, got the seats cut out, floors put in. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Next video, we're probably going to do the motor mount. Have to redo this transom that's rotten. We're going to knock that out, do a little fiberglass and maybe. And grab bar, fishing rod holders, maybe trolling motor. Who knows? It could get crazy. It depends how many views this video gets and how well you guys like it. Let me know your feedback. What do you think of the boat? Too heavy? Too light? Overbuilt, probably overbuilt. Color, maybe it sucks, I don't know. But I think it came out good, so leave me a comment, like, subscribe, do all that. Follow. We will get this done in a short amount of time because I want to get it ready for fall. That's when all the fish around here in Florida and, you know, it's not so hot, so we can actually go fishing again. So let me know. Thank you. I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. And we'll see you next time. See ya. It's literally baking out here, but let me show you the screws and how I attached it.